All right, so I'm now going to just do these last part two type questions, free response questions. So you have to do 3, 4, whatever, E things. You have to graph it, state the asymptote, domain, range, and end behavior. So the best thing to do is to put this into your calculator. So remember to graph. It's alpha window 5, and you get that base in the y equals. Okay. When you're graphing it, it's best to list the points that you're going to be plotting. One, it just helps you, but mostly it's in case you make a mistake. In the actual graphing, we can still give you some partial credit. So this one has some nice whole numbers. So I want to get as many whole numbers as I can. It's a positive one. Okay. And then, let's see what else we got. 3, 2. And 11, 3 is the next one. That doesn't fit on there. So you could do another one somewhere that fits. So like say 6, 2.4594. Oh, that's really good writing. Sorry. Okay, plot those points. So -4, -1, -3, 0, -1, +1, 3, 2, and 6, 2 point, whatever, right in the bottom. Estimate it. See, if you write it here, when you plot it here, they know what you're talking about. Okay, so when you're doing this, before you actually draw the line, sometimes it's a good idea to get what the asymptote is so you don't cross it. No crossing the asymptote. Do not cross it. Just like me, don't cross me. Sorry. So this is part B. It's the asymptote. So remember we just did this in the other one. X plus 5 equals 0. Set this part right here is equal to 0 and solve. So x equals -5 is your asymptote. That is a vertical line. So it's all the spots where x is equal to 5. So it should be a dotted line, and just do it as best as you can. Okay. Now, when you actually draw the graph, these dots, this dot at the end and this dot at the end, they should have a little line coming out and an arrow. This one should have a little line coming out and an arrow. Don't extend it super far, because we'll take off points for that. Because like you'll do something like this, blah, and then that's wrong. So just don't do that. Just draw the minimal amount that you have to. Okay, just there has to be arrows at the both ends. Okay, make sure you have those arrows. Great. So then we did the asymptote, check. We graphed it. We need the domain. So the domain, remember, is your x values. This is part C. Domain is your x values. So it's how far left to right. So the leftest spot I can go is -5, and the rightest spot I can go is infinity. So parentheses, there we go. So then we have D. This isn't the neatest thing I've ever done. It's hard to write on this thing sometimes. It's low to high is your range. It's your Y values. So the lowest value, since the arrow is going down, this arrow right here, I can change colors so you can. This arrow right here is going down forever. You're not drawing that, but it's going down forever. And this value right here is going up forever. You're not drawing it, it's just doing it. So what you have to do, since it's forever, that's your domain, that's your range right there. And then we have, of course, our fabulous end behavior, the one everyone knows and loves. Chat, do you love it? Sorry, I can't. I sound so stupid. Okay. This one is the weird one. So X is this. We're saying what is the right arrow doing and what's the left arrow doing. So the right arrow for X's is going this way. So it's going to positive infinity. The left arrow is going this way, but it can't go any farther than this line. So you'll see that the domain here and the end behavior should have the same numbers. So you should have an infinity and a -5. And then the y values, or the f of x values, whatever you care to write, I write y because they wrote y. Just throwing that out there. So y is going up or down. So these should also match. You just have to match them to the right one. So this is the right arrow. So the right arrow is going up. And then this is the left arrow. So the left arrow is going down. Yeah, super clear, Miss Barris. Thanks. Yep, no problem. Okay, that looks too much like a negative. I'm just going to erase that. All right, so next one. Moving on. Solving these two, I can do these lickety-split. All right, so this is the weird thing. 15 to the x plus 3 power, so this 3 must be gotten rid of. It's 3 times that, so I'm going to divide by 3. So it's 15x plus to the x plus 3 equals whatever 82 divided by 3 is. So it's 27.3 repeating. So again, you know my suggestion to you, just do that. Okay? Leave it in your calculator though. Do not round. No rounding until the end. All right? Sound effects for your listening pleasure. All right, so it's exponential. In order to get anything out of an exponential, I need to log. So I'm going to log both sides. X plus 3 goes out in front. I feel like I did this 87,000 times already. So forgive me if I sound bored. Forgive me if I put you to sleep. So we're looking to solve for x. So this is x plus 3 and times this. So we're going to, since this is in parentheses here, I'm going to divide by log of 15. Because I have to break this x out of the parentheses. So it's log of 27.3. So just the log button in your calculator, 27.3 repeating. I left it in my calculator and just used it. And then divided by log of 15. And I got 1.2215, blah, blah, I don't want to write it. Then leave it in your calculator and simply subtract 3. Remember, I haven't rounded yet. I'm just not writing it all out. And I get negative 1.7784, etc. And that 10,000 is 4 decimal places. It's your 4th decimal place. So this was actually a 1 here. So it rounded would be negative 1.7784 as long as I didn't screw anything up. Which I hope I didn't. All right, and then this last one, we have a log equation. Because I just zoomed in, it's going to change my stupid. Okay, so rule is get to 1 log. So condense this since it's plus. We're multiplying together. Log base 2, multiplying this times this. So I'm just going to write it like this because I have OCD. Yep, I do. That's what I have. So you could multiply it right away. I'm just going to choose to do it in a minute. Now, in order to get rid of the log, because I hate it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I need to switch it to exponential. So this is my base. Cross the equal sign. See how many times we do this? You say you're never going to use it again. You use it every day. Okay, and now we solve this equation. So you got to do all the math that's involved. So 2 to the 4th is 16. And, oh, that's better. And then x squared plus 6x. I multiplied this in. This is a quadratic. It's an x squared, so I got to get it equal to 0. This is 0 now. I just don't feel like writing it again. So you can see I'm actually super lazy. Super lazy. So 8 and negative 2. Those multiply to negative 16, add to 6. Set them equal to 0. subtracted x minus 2 equals 0, add 2, x equals 2. So we get 2 answers. This one absolutely needs a check. So you need to do check 8, and you have to check the 2. Remember, we plug it into the original. So I'm plugging it into log base 2 of -8 plus 6 plus log. You don't have to write this. I'm just doing it to make a point. So this side is 4 already. I put this in my calculator, and it's going to say error, error. So this guy's a reject. Make sure you cross it out like you mean it, but so I can still see your work. And then you do the same thing up here. You plug it into the original. You can use your store feature. That's what I would recommend. When I put it in my calculator, I do. Or when I write it, I don't. So then this one is 4 equals 4. That is beautiful. X equals 2 is your answer. And we're done. And you all have hundreds. And we all live happily ever after. And everything is wonderful. Have a nice day.